So what we have here is a Wolf CG365T/S gas cooktop that I picked up for free on Facebook Marketplace. It came with a few issues as you would expect when you get something for free. One was the light board wasn't working properly, so I figured out that the resistor on the board was not working properly, so I replaced those. I'll have some details in another video. But to get to that, I had to take everything apart, and I didn't find anything on the internet or YouTube on how to do that. So I'm gonna tape the reassembly process, so I have some ways to do that later and maybe help someone in the process. First step in assembling the stovetop is to put in the light circuit board, which has the LEDs that light up the controls. So this goes in like this on this supports, and then we have 4 screws go in at the corners like this. Okay, I wonder if I can get the threads going on this one. There we go. Okay, 2 more. One here. One there. Oops. Alright, I'm gonna put the screws. Now that the LED board is in, we can connect it with this connector right here. This just snaps on. A little bit of persuasion. There we go. Okay, perfect. And then the next step is to install the bracket that is going to hold the knobs. So this go over the gas valves like this. Okay. Then we have 4 screws to install. There we go. I'm gonna put those in. Now that the support bracket is on, we're gonna put on the top plate of the cook stove, right over the top of that. Now that the top plate is on, we're gonna install those, I don't know what you would call that, those screws that are gonna hold the valves to the top like those, so 5 of them. I'm gonna tighten them for now until we have all the burners installed, so everything lines up, hopefully. Okay, one more. All right, now we're gonna put the burners in. So this one is the largest one. It's gonna go in this spot right here. I'm gonna drop those like so. Yeah, just gotta line up with the nozzle. This nozzle's underneath. You can see what those nozzles look like right there. And then there are 2 long screws, these that have a Torx head. I don't know what number, probably 10, something like that, that we need to make sure drop in the right hole and we can fasten. So I'm gonna do that, put all the burners, they all use the same screws with the same Torx head, and once everything is tight and lined up, then we'll be able to flip the cooktop over and connect everything. Okay, now all the burners have been installed and torqued, and then the nut, I guess, for the panel here have been tightened too. We're gonna flip over the cooktop so we can access the bottom and connect the igniters from the bottom. I've also tested that all the display lights work on all 5 knobs, so that's all good. So yep, now we're connecting the igniter. Okay, now we're gonna connect the igniters. So on one hand, on the one side, this is where the burner igniter connects, and those are the wires from the control board. If you look at it from this direction, the red wire goes to the bottom terminal here, and then the white to the top. So yeah, when it flips over, and then yeah, they install like this, they slide over and then screw in here. So yeah, I'm gonna plug everything in and see if it works. So I have the igniter on the one hand and then the control on the other. Red towards the base and the white away from the base of the igniter, and then slide this in, and then we're gonna put the screw in. Okay, now I have all the igniters plugged in. I just plug the unit in and test it, make sure I have a spark at each of the corners. There we go, there's one. 2. 3. Let's try these again. I hear the clicking, but I don't see the spark on these two. I'm gonna have to look into that. All right, the cooktop is in position. I haven't tightened the gas yet, so I'm not gonna turn it on, but yeah, I looked into that igniter thing. It just takes a while sometimes, but then eventually it clicks. So I think I'm gonna leave it at that. Might be okay.